Hello, my name is Charlie. Welcome back to my channel. This is day 6 of the flexibility series, and today we're focusing on active flexibility, which is basically using your strength to go deeper into each pose. For this class, you will want 2 blocks. If you don't have any blocks, don't worry, books work just as good. And when you're ready, let's get into it. Welcome to class. We'll begin with a dynamic warm-up starting in tabletop. So set your hands and your knees, find that sense of grounding and connection between your foundation and your mat. Then on an inhale, dip your belly, arch your spine, gaze forwards. As you exhale, round your back, push the floor away. Inhale to find a back bend, moving through cow pose. Exhale, round your spine into cat. Keep it flowing with your breath. Just the spine moving, the rest of the body stays where it is. Start to deepen your breath. See if you can exaggerate these movements, finding a little bit of a deeper bend in your cow pose, more rounding in your cat. And then at the end of your next round, meet me back in a neutral tabletop. Good. Edge your knees a little further away from you so they're no longer directly under your hips. And then shift your weight forwards to lower your thighs and your hips. Start to bend your elbows close to the sides of your rib cage. And we'll hold this here. So we're in a cobra pose. To make it more active, start to draw your chest forwards, pull your hands back towards your hips, and you should begin to feel different sensations in your spine as you do that. So maintain that pulling action, chest coming forwards, hands drawing back. And then return to your breath. Find that steady inhale and exhale. Keep checking in with your body. Notice where your shoulders are. Relax them down your back. Hold for one more breath in. And on your exhale, lower all the way down to your chest. Hover your hands under your shoulders and we'll move through some cobra lifts. So separate your legs a little wider to make it easier. On your inhale, lift the chest. Use the strength in your back. And on your exhale, lower down. We're going for 5 in total. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more to go. At the end of your last one, make a pillow with your forearms. Rest your head. Give your hips a little wiggle side to side. Release any tension in the low back. Then bringing your hands back to that same position. This time on your inhale, you'll lift your chest and we'll hold it here. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Keep lifting your chest. Check in with your shoulders. Relax them down the back. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Make a pillow with your arms again. Rest your head. Give your hips a little wiggle side to side. Nice. Then reaching your right arm out to the right side, roll onto the right side of your body. You can rest your head on the mat here. Then to make it a little bit more active, bend your left leg, place the foot behind you, and try to bring that foot right up close towards your right hand. You may even find that you can catch the foot, so that's something to progress towards. And wherever you are, hold it steady. Return to your breath. Beautiful. At the end of your exhale, roll back onto your belly. We'll switch sides. So the left arm comes to the left side. Roll to the left. Stack your legs. Rest your head. And then bend your right leg. Place the foot behind you and start bringing that foot right up towards your left hand. See if you can catch the foot. And then settle into the pose. Deepen your breath. Signal to your body that it's time to rest. With each exhale, releasing tension, inviting your body to settle into the pose. Wonderful. On your exhale, release, roll back onto your belly, and then come back up into your tabletop and find your blocks. Set your blocks on their middle setting so the thinnest side faces up. And then place both hands on your blocks. And you may want to shimmy your knees a little further back. Keep your knees under your hips and start to let your chest sink down. Instead of simply sinking and that being all we're doing in the pose, start to press your hands into the blocks. So there's this action of both sinking and pressing away. So we get both the stretch and the strengthening element of this pose. Dial into your breath. Keep pressing the hands into the mat. And with each exhale, if more space becomes available, let your chest sink down. Let your heart open. Beautiful. One more deep breath in here. Exhale it out. And then lift your chest, scoot your knees in a little bit closer. This time a little different with the blocks. So bring the backs of your arms down to the blocks. You will want to be a little closer for this. Bring your hands together in prayer. And then as you get your arms in place, you can scoot your knees a little further away to create space for the chest to sink down. Let your head relax in between the blocks and then bring your hands to the back of your neck. So we get a deeper opening through the chest and into the underarm area. Find your breath. Option to soften your eyes closed here. Go inward. Last breath here. And then coming all the way up. Take your time. It's a little awkward to get out of this one, so go slow. Then you can take your blocks out to the side. You won't need them anymore. And then reset your hands in tabletop. And then lift your right knee out to the side in a fire hydrant position and start to draw circles with the right leg. So getting that full rotation through the right side hip joint. Go a few times clockwise and then switch it up to go anti-clockwise. And the next time you open your knee out to the side, extend the leg. Hold it here. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, reach your left arm out to the left side. Gaze down so the neck can relax. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Release the right foot down to your side. Then thread your left arm under your right. Lower the shoulder, lower the side of the head. Take a few moments to soften into the ground. This is your reward after a challenging sequence. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Come back up onto your hands. And then heel toe the right foot all the way forwards, coming into a low lunge. Extend your front leg in front of you and flex the foot for half split. And as we're looking to make this more active, press your front heel down and drag it back towards your hip. So this front leg is really working. At the same time, keep the front foot flexed. So this is how we build strength as well as flexibility. Tune into your breath. Check in with your body. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Great. Plant your left hand, reach your right arm up to twist open to the right side. Then pick up your right leg, sweep it all the way back, coming into a modified side plank. Hold this here. Brace your core. Keep that leg lifted. Steady your breath. And then lower your right hand down, square your hips so they face the mat. Then reach your left arm back, bend your right knee. See if you can catch your foot. But without holding onto the foot, you're just gonna reach, but not actually hold. So keep it there, keep lifting that leg, reaching your arm back. Hold for 3, 2, and 1, and release. Come back into your tabletop. Whew. So it's a little bit more challenging when we're not assisted by using our hands. Give your hips a little shimmy side to side. If there's any tension in your hamstrings, if they're starting to feel like they're cramping, shake it out. And then we'll go through that on the second side. So start by lifting your left knee out to the side, fire hydrant. And then move through those circular motions. Really exaggerating the movement so you feel like you're moving through the full rotation that is accessible to you. And then switch it up. If you've been going in the same direction, move in the opposite way. The next time the knee lifts, extend the leg out to the side, hold it there. If you're really looking for the challenge, right arm reaches out to right side. Keep the arm and the leg lifted. Whew, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot, thread your right arm under your left, and settle down to your mat. Take a deep breath in, and an audible exhale out. One more of these. Really reward yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Come back onto your hands. And then heel toe your left foot forwards, coming into your lunge. And straighten the front leg for your half split. Now going through this little checklist to make sure the front leg is really working. Press the heel down, draw it back towards your hip, and flex your front foot. Then dial up your breath, relax your shoulders, soften the space between your eyebrows. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Plant your right hand, reach your left arm up to twist to the left, and then sweeping your left leg back into your modified side plank. Hold it there. Brace your core. Find a place to focus your gaze. Beautiful. Lower the left hand down. Square your body to your mat. Then reaching your right arm back, bend your left knee as if you were about to hold the foot, but you're not actually going to hold it. Keep everything lifted, everything active. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Return to your tabletop. Take a little wiggle if you need to. I know that one is challenging for the hamstrings. And then slowly tucking your toes, lift your hips, travel back into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your legs here. Find any movements that feel good. And then lifting your right leg high, open out the hip. Look forwards and start to sweep your right leg out to the right side and then sweep it all the way forwards. Plant it behind your right hand. You may want to scoot your back foot forward so that you can ground through the heel. Then come up onto your fingertips, or you could use blocks under your hands if you're a little taller. Flex your front foot, press the heel down, draw it back towards your right hip to make it more of an active stretch. Hold it here, keep that flexion in the foot. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Lower the front foot. Find a slight bend in your knee and the right hand catches the back of your heel. Then shift your weight forward, sweep your back leg all the way up into standing splits. Keep that leg lifting, use the strength, use your power that you have in the leg. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lower that back foot down. Plant your hands. Then rebend the front knee, come into a low lunge. You can let your knee track past your ankle so your hips travel down and forwards. Then if you have sensitive knees, place something under that back knee. When you're ready, lift your back foot, bend your knee. So we come into this active quadricep stretch. And if your balance is there, you're feeling good, bring hands into prayer overhead. Then bend your elbows as if you're reaching back to catch that foot. Start to lift your chest and arch back. Let's hold it here. Steady your breath. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release your back foot, plant your hands, step it back to downward facing dog. Take any movements you need to reset. And then lifting the left leg high, open out your hip. Gaze forwards as you sweep your leg out to the side and plant the foot behind your left hand. Scoot your back foot forwards. And using your fingertips for balance or a pair of blocks, flex your front foot. Press that heel down and draw it back to activate the front leg. And then we'll breathe together here. Because your lower body is working so much, relax your upper body. Gaze down so the neck can relax. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Lower your front foot down. Little bend in the knee. Left hand catches the ankle. Then shifting forward, sweep that back leg all the way up. Standing splits. Point your toes. Try to access that power in the lifted leg to keep it raised. Hold it there for 3, 2, and 1. Release the back foot down. Move into your low lunge. Get steady here to begin. Pad your back knee. Then raise the back foot. Think of drawing that heel towards your glutes. And if the balance is good, then hands come to prayer. Bend your elbows as if you were reaching to catch a hold of that foot. Start to expand your chest. Bend backwards. Keep that foot lifting towards your glutes as you hold here. One more breath. And exhale, lower the back foot down. Plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Again, take any movements to reset. Really savor these in-between places. To pause, check in. Wonderful. And looking forwards, bring your left knee to the back of left wrist. And then edge your back knee down the mat into pigeon pose. For this, keep your foot close to your hips instead of finding that 90-degree angle. And then without folding forwards, focus on pressing the back leg down into the mat, front leg down into the mat to keep you lifted. You have a couple of options here. You could simply just reach the arms up, bend your elbows as if you were about to catch your foot. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, bend that back knee. Lift the foot as close to you as you can and we'll hold it here. So keep pressing the legs into the mat, reaching your arms back, broadening your chest. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Whew. Step it back to downward facing dog. Reset however you need to. Then looking forwards, bring right knee to back and right wrist. Lower your back leg to the mat. Keep your front heel close to your hips. And take a moment to get squared off here. Find that balance, pressing the legs into the mat. Level 1, reach the arms up, bend your elbows as if you're reaching back to catch your foot. If you want to take it further to level 2, bend your back knee, lift it as close to you as you can. Let's hold this here. Breathe through it. Focus your gaze on one spot. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Release. Step back to plank this time. And then very slowly lowering all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes. This time, relax your arms either side your body. Take a moment to find a steadier breath. So we're moving from a place of energy. On your next inhale, legs will lift, arms will lift, chest will lift into locust. Holding it here, keep everything lifted. Breath is steady. And release, lower down. Make a pillow with your arms. Give your hips a little shimmy. We have 1 more to go. Again, rest your arms by your side. This time we'll work towards an active bow pose. So instead of catching your ankles, you'll just be reaching for them but not holding them. So this time as you inhale, legs lift, chest lifts, arms lift, then knees bend, as if you're about to reach and catch your ankles. Hold it here, steady your breath. Continue to lift your chest, use the strength in your back. Last breath here. On your exhale, slowly release. Make a pillow with your arms. This time, turn your head to look right and rest your head on your arms. Everything is completely still. Give your body a chance to assimilate what just happened. And then turning your head to the left, balancing out both sides. And bring your head back through center. Slowly come up into tabletop. Bring your big toes together, open your knees as wide as the mat. And then walk your hands forwards as you sink your hips down, coming into child's pose. Letting everything go now. No more expectations. Deepen your breath as we slow down the practice. Soften your belly. Relax your shoulders. Let go of any unnecessary tension. Wonderful. In your own time, walk your hands into your knees, lift yourself up into a kneeling position. Take your time, ease yourself back up. Now you can keep your eyes closed for a moment, just savor the effects of the practice, let it soak in. Thank yourself for spending this time to cultivate this feeling that you're experiencing right now. That is the true gift of yoga. It's not really so much what we do physically, but it's more what we cultivate internally. So we'll just ruminate on that for a moment, continuing to breathe deeply. Relax your whole body. When you're ready, you can flicker your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for your time. As always, it's a pleasure to be your teacher and your guide. Namaste.